warm welcome to each one of you. This is the Naomi Talk Show with yours truly, Liz Kenywa. And as usual, I want to begin by appreciating each one of you that has subscribed to our YouTube channel, watched our content, and even gone ahead and shared our content and left a comment. We truly, truly appreciate that you've chosen to be part of this family that is growing every day. Asanteni sana. Today we have an amazing couple that is joining us in our 4th episode of the series we are covering of Love, Keep and Honor. And I want to imagine that on Friday night, your family members have traveled from far, all ready for your wedding on Saturday. And then on Friday night, your husband-to-be calls you and tells you, tomorrow there's no wedding. What would be your response? How would you react? How would life be after that kind of news being broken to you? That's the story we are going to hear from an amazing lady. Of course, the Lord came through for her, and she's now happily married, 12 years into marriage. But guess what? For every lady who has gone through a heartbreak, you need to listen to her story because it will definitely inspire you to not give up on God. So karibuni sana, our amazing guests.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Kindly introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
So we're well known as them sweeties.
Mm-hmm.
But then my name is Mrs. Okwiri or Leanna Njero, and my husband.
My name is Joseph Okwiri. I'm blessed to be here.
Mm-hmm. Karibuni sana, 12 years. Your marriage has adulted so fast. Munaenda kukaribia teenagehood in marriage. And when you cross 10 years, definitely now you become wahenga. You have a lot of wisdom you can share, inspiration you can share. But Leah, we want to pick from you because you have an amazing story that can encourage somebody today. Having heard you share your story, I felt it's important for even the ladies that will come across our content to hear it from you and not hear it from an example being given somewhere else. So a while back, several years back, you were this young girl who was dating a gentleman who is definitely not Okwiri. Yeah. Let's pick it up from there.
Well. So I'm looking at, as you hear, we are more than 10 years in marriage.
Yes.
And so my husband here had been my friend for some time because we used to go to the same church. So I met this guy. I was working in a tour farm.
Let's confirm that other guy.
I met
your ex.
I met my ex, Mr. X. I met him while I was working in a tour farm. It was actually the brother owned it. And so we started up. It was good. He was a good person, very good person, as in anybody who would experience him was a very good person. And so things happened, and I remember by the time I was telling people I'm getting married and all is well, many people didn't get to know him because he was out of the country.
Oh, so yours was a long distance kind of relationship.
Yes, because he would come and go, so it was long distance. But then my husband seated here right now used to, would ask me, do you know this person so well? And I would go like, these are those people who don't hawanitaki. So I really avoided him.
So Jose, wewe ndio ulikuwa unakaa hautaki Lea mazuri.
You know those talks, I avoided them. So we went on, and we came to a point that our family knew each other. Our bridal price was paid. Nini na nini. We were talking. Everything seemed to be going the right way. But there was one thing that kept me thinking, because every time we'd mention, we would talk about tunavaa nini gani, hata ya tunavaa nini, tuxedo. You know, now we started talking the wedding because tumemaliza malavidavi, as in now we know we are heading to marriage. But there's one thing that kept crossing up, and I would wonder why this. Because first it started with the sister. The sister told me we need to talk, and she came. And, you know, as joking as I was, like, this is how I talk, you laughing every other time. The sister was like, let's go for lunch because there's something very important before the wedding I need to tell you. Now, this sister was telling me this before they paid the dowry. So we went. Had coffee with her, and she told me, before you accepted to our home, there's something you need to do. And she told me, you know.
Hold. But your guy had not mentioned this thing to you?
No.
So
the
it's
first
like,
time I'm hearing from the sister.
Inabidia, ni kama alituma sister yake basi.
Oh, the guy had never mentioned. To an extent, I looked at it like this is coming from the sister. So to me, huyu ni sister ndiye ananiambia maneno. Ananiambia,
Mapenzi ilikuwa imekufunga macho kabisa.
This is what happens kwetu. Before uolewe kwetu, utakuja uruke shoka. I'm like, so what is that exactly?
Emu tuende pole pole. Kwao, kwa familia ama kijamii.
Their family.
It's a family.
It's a family thing. For you to be accepted to our home, utaruka shoka. So I laughed. You know, it was a joke. I laughed. And then I'm like, it's a joke, right? Okay. Don't you look like I'm joking? And imagine we ended it that way. So, because this guy used to call every day, interestingly, he would call my parents more than I would call my parents. And he used to tell me, if you call mom right now, she's in church. And dad, he's in a meeting. So, you know, he knew, he used to call them more than night. So he knew so much about them. And people had gotten used to him. So, I mean, we are heading to something. So when he called at night, because most of the time, because of the timing, he would call around 10 p.m. and we would talk until sometimes 12 midnight. So when he called, I was like, so we talked to each other and I told him, maybe your sister mentioned this. He laughed. He's like, oh, she said it. I said, yeah, but why are you not, you know, why is it not shocking to you? He said, you know, these are the things that my dad wants, so I think you'll have to do that.
Wow.
And we left it again. I mean, it's not a big thing. So life continues. So we are still planning. So he would call. Money was not a problem. Money was never a problem. If he calls me, he's already talked to mom and dad. So Thursdays, he used to send me cash for mom and dad.
Wow.
My parents.
Okay.
That's Thursday. Fridays, he would send money for
Every
me.
Thursday?
Every Thursday. Thursday, money for my parents. Friday, money for me.
Ish.
There's a place where I used to get the money from I&M. Yeah, there's a place I would go and Roger, then I get the cash. So I remember there's a place I used to buy ice cream. If I don't go, the man would go like, Kwani, you know, ice cream. You normally buy after I&M, you buy ice cream. To an extent, because he used to send me money, anytime I would mention something, is it money? I say, no, we were just talking. I think it's not money because now I'm used to at least having money every week. So the family would go like, now that it's you, he's giving money, also tell him. So they would use me. Tell him, if they want money, tell him we need money for this and this. And I didn't see it a problem. So when you're talking, sometimes you'd go like, why is my family telling you, like, you know, you get money from me and you're okay with that? I'm thinking, but we are family. Now, to cut the long story short, this thing of shocker was not bothering me. It didn't look like it's anything. You understand? So going ahead, when they came and did the dowry, now it became a little bit serious because I was called now because they had insisted, instead of me leaving, I had moved from my brother's place in our home in Buruburu. So I had moved and then I was living alone with a friend of mine.
Pesa ilikuwa mingi.
Please.
Pesa otas.
Funny enough, funny enough, I'm paying this house, but I'm only there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday nimehama.
Pesa.
Kwenye walikuwa naishi, my friends. Naenda huko every weekend, and you know life is, you sit down, nguo zinaoshwa na.
But kwenye unaenda hayuko, si unasema outside the country. Kufamiliarize with your in-laws to be.
And they kept insisting. So this time they're calling me, they're telling me, did our sister tell you? By the way, did you hear? So I mean, I'm wondering, why are they really trying to insist on this shocker thing? Now it became serious when they told me, now tumeshapanga.
Ebu ngoja. Mumeenda dowry. Hapo ndio uliitiwa ukaambiwa this thing has to happen.
After dowry.
After dowry.
After dowry, they were like, you know, now you guys are getting serious, but what you're telling you, that this other bit is more serious than this seriousness that you're bringing in, hamuelewi.
Was this guy born again?
Yeah, he claimed he was born again.
Oh,
The
yeah.
problem
I
is
thank God you
hatuna-
said claimed.
hatuna nini spirituometer tujue alikuwa he claimed the church he had mentioned, people knew about it.
Yes.
So I was okay. And sometimes, by the way, he would call and go like, you know, today fellowship was like this. And
Oh. Fellowship ya Kenya ama ya kwenye alikuwa
huko
huko?
ndiye anaishi sana, you know.
Ma.
Today fellowship was like this. Actually, today we were told now we can do it outside because there was a small sun. Tukaenda tukakani. So it was good. Unajua tunaongea maka tunaongea fellowship. Tuko tu sawa.
Nasikia roho imejengeka.
Sengine akinipigia naambia wewe umeenda fellowship soon unaenda Thursdays, mbona leo hujaenda? I used to go on Thursdays. Naambia leo nilikuwa nimechoka.
Una tick box hapo.
Exactly. Huyu mpaka ananiuliza fellowship. Tuko tu sawa. My friends are like, wow, you know you're dating a guy who's outside, so obviously you're going. So I'm getting nini yangu ya friends ina ad.
Wanakuhype.
Mahype ninaenda. Once you get married, unajua hata sisi tutakufuata. So it was the in thing. So after the dowry, right? So they were calling me, telling me now, you know, you guys are not taking this thing serious.
So mko naye sasa hiyo wakikwambia hivyo?
No.
Uko peke yako?
Hajakuja. Alikuja dowry. No, alikuja just before dowry, and then his job, he had just changed his job, so he couldn't attend kukuja like home, but alikuja huku Nairobi, we were with him. So when they came home, and then now sasa akarudi, sasa family kanita. And when he came, his story anani atuongei.
Ya shoka.
Ayuko hapo. Hata alikuwa ananiambia ni mambo za baba yangu. The mother had passed, so ni mambo ya baba yangu. So I'm like, kani mambo ya baba yako, we can't dwell on this. So he goes, ninabaki huko. Sasa hii family imekuwa serious. Sasa nimeenda huko kuspend a night, wameniambia, you know, we are just trying to bring this scenario to you. What if you don't do this and then the wedding doesn't happen? What will you do? Why should I think about that? I'm not there.
Mtu wako ashaikwambia hii kitu haimsumbui?
What do you mean? Haimsumbui? Mi hainisumbui. Si nyinyi mnanioa, ni yeye. Shauri yenu na shoka yenu. Do you know? Masiku inakaribia. Wedding ni October. Tuko August. Madamu jaruka shoka. We, si hizo shoka tuliachana nazo. Anapiga simu tunaongea. Wachana na hizo stories za shoka.
So anyway, the family is pressurizing you. Yeye anapunguza joto, wao wanaongeza joto.
Exactly. Now, what is triggering is sometimes when I'm talking to him, he's like, na by the way, hiyo story yenyewe anasema, unaonaje? Lakini si you told me hauna haja na hiyo story. Anyway, we continue planning. Come September, he was supposed to come. So he starts stories. Unajua, my boss, actually, nitakuja. By September 11, I'll be there. But my boss has apparently refused. Okay? So ikaanza kukua hiyo. So unaona ni September tunakaribia October. But any other thing is flowing. Pesa hachi kutuma.
Nani anakupangia harusi basi na uko peke yako?
Committee tunakaa na friends zake, tunakaa na familia yao. Yeye anajoin. Unajua ile tumemweka voicemail. Hivyo ndio anajoin.
Video call.
Yes, hivyo ndio anajoin committee video call.
Long distance relationships. Aya,
We are fine because hajakata kuongea, hajakata kushika simu. Now, when it's almost October, he's asking, I think ungekuja huku tukae tu kwanza before we formalize this thing. Nikamwambia kwani umeanza kuwa na butterflies? Harusi ni October.
Uende majuu. Mkaekae.
Tukaekae to make pesa and do you wedding hata kwanza ikuwe kubwa sana. Anyway, again, me I'm not worried. Wewe tushapanga.
Wewe haukuwa na maswali mami?
Kwa nini swali? Naenda majuu.
Yeah.
Tutawana na kama majuu. Sitaki kutrigger hiyo story naenda I'm going, you know? So me hata sitaki kumuuliza maswali mingi. Everything is flowing. So we are almost getting to October and now he starts. By the way, hiyo story ya shoka. Unajua lazima uruke kama siko. Lazima niruke kama hauko. Hebu sasa ninaretie. Kazini yake amekuja ameniambia, by the way, we've planned how we will take you home. Because huwezi ruka huku, utaenda kurukia home. Ni September, tunakaribia October. Wedding is supposed to happen on October 20th. And now, even him, he started saying, it's important you do this thing.
Oh dear.
Hey, life is changing here.
Kai.
Ata wewe. And he's asking, kwani what's the big deal? Nikamwambia, now tell me, what is this exactly?
Exactly, yeah.
Sawa, it's your family thing. Sijasikia vitu kama hizo kwa family zingine. So what is it exactly? It's our tradition. What kind of tradition is this yenye lazima, you know? And if you're marrying me, si basi tutaziruka baadaye. No, you have to jump it
before.
when I'm not there.
And
you
before.
have to jump it before the wedding.
Yeah, ma.
So now, because it's coming from him, now it's bothering me. So I'm praying about it. I'm telling people, we've printed kila kitu ya wedding inaendelea vizuri. Nothing is missing out. Kadi tumeprint. Pesa za tent tumelipa. Gown tumenunua. Ananiambia tuxedo yangu iko chonjo. Best man alikuwa anafanya kazi airport.
Wewe na unaotea vile utapanda ndege.
Ninaenda after wedding mimi Kenya kwa heri. And all of a sudden, because amekuwa so nini na hii story inaanza kunisumbua pia mimi. So I'm praying and I'm telling God, hey God, may your will be done. But you know, you're telling God, may your will be done, but you have your own will.
Yeah.
God, as much as your will is being done, ujue lazima niende majuu.
Wow.
Kufikiria, at some point I'm thinking, what if it doesn't happen venye nimeambiwa? Nikasiruki kitu. But it's not registering.
So at this point when you notice that this shocker business is serious, ulikaa chini ukamwambia, give me the details of why it has to happen.
Yes.
What is it all about?
Yes.
Na alikupea hizo details?
No. I kept asking about that. So what shocked me is now the last day that I told him, it's important for me to know what this shocker business is. He told me, remember, it's my dad who is saying it. You know what the problem is? Unajua zile vitu tu baba anasema, lazima tuzifanyike. Sawa. So if your dad is saying it, what would you? You've told me it's your culture. You don't know. Then I asked him, so why am I doing a culture that you are not part of? You understand? And he would go like, just let it be. If it is not me and you, just let it be. And again, you know you're in love. Si amesema ikae. I mean, tutaenda.
And of course, after that kind of consultation, mnaambiana, I love you, I love you. Inaisha.
Na consultation ya si baba yake atanioa, si familia ni yeye.
Ni yeye.
That was my consultation.
Inakukonsole.
And I kept saying, after all ndaenda majuu, sitakaa na hiyo familia.
Exactly. And those are the excuses we give many times when you have problems with our potential in-laws. Yes. Tunasemanga kwani ninyoa wananioa. After all, then we forget to polish the small red flags. Tunaona huko ndani, tunaziona huko ndani.
What I never asked myself was this. Remember, I didn't have a visa already. I never asked myself, what if he'll marry me and leave me here with that family that I'm saying hawanioi? Hi, kuko ina cross kwa akili. What do you mean? It was not crossing my mind. How? So he says, you know what my father says goes.
Wow.
So this time I'm saying good night, but I'm like, Mungu hapa.
Mumebakisha siku ngapi sasa hapo?
Tunaongelea September inaisha. Umesikia wedding ni October 20th. 20th of
Less than 30 days. Ashaweka mguu chini vizuri sasa. Oi.
Now I am worried. So he says, by the way, ni wewe unanifunga kukuja. Because before you jump it, I can't come. It will give them a problem of looking for where to take me. Ndio uende
uruke shoka.
It's easy when I am away. Anyway. Again, I'm not worried.
Si wao wananioa.
Please, nitaenda majuu. Yeye ni ticket yangu kwenda majuu. My friend. So, masiku ikakaribia. We are talking, kila kitu iko tu kawaida. Familia yao wakaanza kusema, by the way, we are thinking venye tulikuwa tumesema kama ni sawa tukusafirishe. Unajua siku ikikaribia sana si vizuri tukusafirishe uende ukafanya ile shughuli tulikuambia. Nikamwambia mimi shughuli sijakubali.
Ngoja. Kwani inafanywa wapi tena?
Naenda kufanyia ushago. Anyway, si nimekataa week 2 the wedding. This guy is like sawa. So ile story unaonaje? Nikamwambia story sema tumeachana nayo. Nikamwambia by the way we left that story. Now I decided to visit with the cousin because nilikuwa naenda nikidish cards, wedding cards, inviting people. So I visited with the cousin who was born again. And the cousin was working in Australia. And when I went to her office, she was so happy to see me. She told me to wait for her. I remember when I went to see the cousin, I had just come from prayers, and this was around, tulikuwa tunakaribia 10th of October. Those days 10th ilikuwa hata siku hizi ni holiday, right? So tulikuwa tunakaribia. So I had so much time. They had given me a month, panga harusi. Sasa si ni family, panga harusi. So I go, the cousin is like, sit there. So she comes, she's so excited. She tells me, now, I'll tell you something. And she told me, I'm going to tell you this as a believer. Right?
Not as a relative.
Then, not as a relative. Then she tells me, it will depend on how you will take it. Okay? I said, fine, because even me, venye nimekuja niko na maswali, as much as I brought the card. So she tells me, number one thing, we left that family. My mom is a sister to that home, but we left that family. Immediately my mom got saved, we were cast out, as in, awangekaa na sisi. So we left that family. And she tells me so many things. Your family, mambo ya witchcraft, imekolea, you know, nini. And the problem you're facing is what they're telling you to do. But she tells me, I won't tell you exactly what they want you to do. But tunaona kitu wanakwambia ufanye. She said it's a ritual.
Oh dear. Goja. And you said your guy was supposedly born again.
Yeah, I mean, tena ananiambia si mimi nimekwambia nimeokoka. And
now this is a ritual, a family ritual.
To perform.
Na amekuwa akikusukuma tu kidogo kidogo anawachilia, kidogo anawachilia. Thank God for that lady.
So the lady is trying to warn me, but in a way pia anaogopa isikuwe ilitoka kwa mdomo yake. Don't take it badly. I wish you well. I'm happy for you. She even gave me money. So and people are contributing, okay? So she gave me money. She told me, I wish you well, but I've told you. And if you don't see us in your wedding, si kukataa kukuja, but we are not allowed.
An outcast. We are an outcast.
Then she tells me, but you know what? I don't know if you'll be accepted there, kwa sababu wewe dini yako itakuwa ngumu kukubalika. Yeah.
Kai, too many red flags everywhere.
Am I seeing them?
Akili yako iko majuu, uolewe upande ndege.
Mimi, shauri yenu, venye mnaniambia nini, I know I'll go. And after all, this guy, mimi si tutaenda huko. Siko hapa. So,
okay, sawa tu.
On the 10th, I have a dream. I'm done with the cousin, I go, I have a dream.
10 days to your wedding now.
Yes, I've been praying, so I have a dream. I wake up. I'm dreaming the way nimevaa. Na wata naambia watu, by the way, there's no wedding, no problem, don't worry people. The crowd is there and I'm explaining to them and I'm telling them I'm sorry for inconveniences when you mlilipa manguo na nini. So I'm seeing this, and by the way, it's not a dream, it's so real, okay? Tangible.
But it's a dream.
It's a dream. When I wake up. So I'm with this friend mwenye nashindanga nikimwachia nyumba nikienda. I wake her up in your dream. Hey, alishake mpaka asubuhi. Mimi namwambia una shake nini? Si hivyo ndo nimedream. Akaniambia what if it happens? Nikamwambia then it means God has prepared me. And I was prayerful. So I finished telling her. Another, my prayer warrior friend comes the next day morning. I tell her the same story. She tells me, don't you think God is saying something? I'm like, it's fine. If that's what God is saying, sini sawa tu. 10 days to the wedding. Kwani ninawacha kupanga? Kwani huyo akipiga simu namwambia about your dream? Simi naona everything is flowing on well.
Kina vile God tu anakupea ma signals, Suza, you should pause. You know, those are the things we ignore even today. God throws so many things that should call you to order and go like, wait a minute. But we keep ignoring and ignoring and ignoring. Anyway.
What I didn't understand is, you know, this idea of, like I've said, my husband was my friend then. Like when people are questioning, mtu, unamjuaje venye kwanza yuko kuna unajua anafanya nini? I'm like, what is your problem? Tunaongeanga naye kila siku. Amekuja, there's a time alikuja tuko tunaenda kubariki kazini yangu, amemeet familia. What is your problem, people? You know, I'm not understanding. So I'm having this dream, and then we go home. Tukaenda Oshago, tuko tumeenda kama family. So tuko Oshago, there's a brother of mine, anakuwa na yake naye anasema si dream, this was a prophecy. He says, I'm seeing you in the middle, unasukuma kuni kwa moto on your side, But I'm seeing this other guy with a black suit who is just standing. Yeye asukumi kuni.
See God.
Ambia we, mabangi usitulete. Mabangi toa hapa. Tukacheka tukasema now what is he saying? But immediately after he said that na tukamaliza kucheka, I asked God, are you speaking? Then I'm like,
Ngoja. This thing that your brother saw, you say it was a prophecy. For him, it was not a dream.
yes. He said, okay, he said it's a vision. He said, this is the vision I saw.
Like more of like a trance.
Yes.
You're not asleep,
Yes.
but you can see, you can almost see something happening, like a movie playing.
Yes.
Wow.
And even when he was telling us, you know, he called us together when he was trying to tell us, tunacheka yani ile mpaka, ye haachi kusema, anaacha tu tucheke. Then he said, so see, there is that man in the black suit, but he sees another man in a cream suit who is smiling, good looking, nini.
Hey, alionyeshwa sura. Nio. Ndio hiyo sura.
Tumemchekelea, brother yangu tumemchekelea eti yote. But sasa kila mtu ameenda, nimebaki peke yangu. I'll tell you the truth. Inakam kwa mind na jembe, what if God is speaking?
Yes.
Nikienda mbele ya watu sitaki kuweka hiyo face ya what if God is speaking. I have this pastor who took us through, we were taken through the
Premarital.
And I remember actually almost all the sessions of premarital ilikuwa hiyo ya voice whatever, because akikuja amekuja katikati ya wiki, we can't go. And now this pastor was taking us through premarital. Namwambia by the way, these are the feelings I'm having. And hey, I hope you're not calling God into your thing. Si Mungu amekupea ni wewe unamuita kuja ndio hii nimepata, you know. Ananiambia hivyo, nasema these are just people talking. So nimekwambia 10 days, nimekwambia hiyo dream. Sawa. Tumekuja kama family. So we kept meeting our family and their family, our family and their family. So now this time our family goes there. So these are the final touches where now we want to say MC wa wedding atakuwa hii, gari itabeba msichana, hiyo tumeenda kupanga hizo vitu. We are there talking, he calls. So mimi na waacha hao wakipanga. So we are talking and we are okay with like sasa mimi venye kumefinyika, but at least my boss has allowed me, so I'm arriving on Thursday. Our wedding is Saturday. We have Thursday and Friday. My makeup nini, I'm arriving. Nakuja wananiambia amesema nini, and then what I used to wonder is everybody amesema nini, it's like they were scared. Uko sure anakuja? But me, I'm okay. What's the problem?
Tumeongea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And but the shocker thing still
inakusumbua.
Tumemaliza. Hao wananiambia wamesema nakuja Thursday. Thursday is okay. So why are they saying Thursday is okay? Then I was told now there's something else. So pick your gown. Okay? Let your gown be washed. You've already bought it. Na nakumbuka hata issue ya kubuy gown. Gown ni how much? Ananiambia enda chukua tu your gown. Hakuna kunegotiate. Nimeambiwa ni 68,000. Chukua. Amesema
those days. Those days.
Amesema tukiongeza hii itafika 70. Just take it. Haya, tunatuma pesa wapi hivyo? It was like he never complained about money. So money is not a problem.
Money talks.
My friends would come, issue, need of money. Nitakusort. So I remember tukalipa, the gown tumelipa, so now I was told another thing. So the gown, Thursday night, lazima ichukuliwe. Okay? Inaenda inalala huko.
Ngoja.
Yeah.
Ichukuliwe na nani?
Na hiyo family. Thursday night.
Na ilale huko.
Italala huko. Then I asked them, then when will the gown come? So the gown, there's a sherehe they normally do at night. They will do it as they bring it on Friday night. Sherehe. See, I'm like, so no, wedding comes with many things.
I think Lea.
So this is their pattern.
Nani alikuwa amekufunga macho?
Wait, pesa, this money.
Nani alikuwa amekufunga macho?
This money.
Gosh.
So
Ati there's something. Oh God. Okay, I'm trying to imagine it was me. Okay.
So I bring the gown, sawa. But sasa, I think macho zimeanza kufunguka kidogo.
Thursday.
So I tell my
na harusi ni Saturday.
Harusi ni Saturday. Sister, imagine ati gown niende ikalale huko. My sister is like, alafu ati wataleta Friday usiku, na sana nauliza wataleta saa ngapi, ati maybe wanaleta masaa 9 usiku because kuna ceremony. My sister told me sasa waambie naye sasa ya gown sasa yindi.
Saa 9 usiku.
Yeah. The family is nice. These people are good. Oh my God, they are very good. Welcoming, pleasant. They're just nice. Okay? So now, this is a problem because remember, he's supposed to come on Thursday. Mimi huyu anataka kwenda kupeleka gown huko. My sister told me na pia hii sasa hapana waambie no. Remember nimekataa shoka, ndio hii gown naenda kukataa. How will you be accepted to that home now? No. Nikaambiwa now, as you're bringing your gown, ile ulikataa kwenda kuruka huko home, imesafirishwa,
imeletwa huku sasa town.
Sasa imekuja aje? Nissan viti zililalishwa alafu ikasafirishwa.
Shoka.
Nissan viti zimelalishwa. Shoka imesafirishwa.
Hiyo shoka inatoshana aje ama hata kuiona anyway.
So again, now it's hitting me. Oh, now for me to get married, daruka shoka, shoka inakam nini inasafirishwa. So anyway, italetwa. So that is, you're bringing your gown, at least you'll kill 2 birds because you bring the gown.
Lea ngoja kidogo. All this time, where was your best couple?
My best couple. My best couple, apparently, to them, these are cultures. And I remember even the lady was talking to me and she was telling me, you know, different cultures are different. So, you know, when you're getting married, you should just understand one thing. You never know. So this is their culture. Just get into it. Yes, get into it. I'm asking.
And your couple, best couple was born again?
Yeah, the lady was born again. The husband wasn't born again.
Okay.
So nikamwambia wewe ni kama hapa kuna kakitu kako right. She tells me no. I didn't share with her the dream apparently, but I shared with any other friend. Okay? So deep inside I'm feeling, God, kuna kitu. You know how you feel something is not right? I felt something wasn't right. But because I've planned this thing and everything is
na tuko Thursday.
Tuko Thursday. Honey, you know my parents are coming from where? Wanatoka Luanda, Oshaka.
Western. Oh Western. My goodness.
Oh my goodness. Tumebook Eldoret Express. Again, money is not a problem. Dad, kubook itakuwa how much? Dad akasema Eldoret Express moja na kanisa ndio katoshea watu wote wanakuja, they are coming.
Of right course.
Okay, their daughter is getting married to, you know. Yeah. Wameitana. So I told my dad, it's okay, you just plan. So they said again, they have to come early. So watakuja walale Friday. So wanatoka Ushago, Eldoret imeja. Nisa nimeja, wanakam. Okay?
Ngoja, Eldoret Express ni ile bus?
Yes.
Father Lord.
Na kanisa.
What?
So wanakuja wedding.
From Vihiga?
See, hakuna problem. See, money is not a problem. They come. So they traveled all the way and they came. So Friday mashamra shamra. You know how wedding is tomorrow. You know this home is party everywhere. Clothes tumeenda tumechukua. Wengine hata wameofa kuenda kunichukulilia nini.
Nywele umetengenezwa.
Naenda Friday morning.
Oh, Saturday morning.
Friday morning because wedding is Saturday. Salon naenda pale Unity. Hakuna ile sifanyiwi. Wakimention ni how much ni sawa. I'm calling my friends. So utaleta hiyo amount. So mnakam tufanywe hii na hii. Haya wale mama wamekamna Eldoret Express waambie wakam watafanywa kwa hiyo salon hapo chini.
What?
Mama mpaka hawajaita.
Wamama wa basi mzima una
mama
kwa makeup.
Pesa ilikuwa inawasumbua my friend.
Happiness and money. Okay? After all so wamekuja happy. So your Friday ikakuwa shamra. But mimi naangalia watu wakicelebrate. But I'm telling myself there's something that is not right.
Wow, God was speaking all the time, my dear.
Anaongea na ignore. Anaongea na click ignore button. This guy now, mambo ya shoka tuliachana nayo, si ndio?
Hata ongei.
Yes. Ananiambia, lakini I'm thinking, si nikikuja tufanye hivi, asiende kwa brother yake, ananiambia acha nikam. We elope go somewhere, we plan hii story yetu venye iko. Sasa naanza kushindwa. Kwa nini umeanza kuongea vifani? But when I talk to my best couple, I remember baby yeye anashikwa na maneno, you've been with us here. So yeye anashikwa na butterflies. Wewe umekuwa na sisi so huwezi shikwa. So I'm okay. So Thursday night, sijui nini ilifanyika, Heathrow, sijui ndege nini, hakuland.
Thursday night.
I'm not worried.
Wow.
Everyone else around me is worried. Hajakuja? Are you sure this guy is coming? Wedding ilisha announcewa, kadi ilisha peana, kila kitu iko on point. Friday, the guy tells me, at least, juu alikuwa amekuwa Mahithro, at least sasa tunakuja, so apparently around 6 p.m, I'll be in Nairobi, Kenya. Wow. Na akaniambia fanya hivi, don't tell anyone.
Hata watu wao.
Nitakosa kuambia na wamenianzia asubuhi. Anakuja after on phone call, anakuja, nikajua tutasumbuana nyinyi. By the way, mimi niko salon. And then airport by 6
p.m.
Alisema anakuja, nikamwambia kwani hawaongeleshi, ni mimi ameambia. Niko salon, nimejipamba. Napigiwa, so wedding, atulisema wedding ni wapi bride? Mtakuja hapa na hapa na hapa, okay? So sini Friday. Kamalizana na mambo shughuli ya salon, kakuja home. People were happy. The environment was
Sasa Friday jioni.
Yes. Nilitoka salon 6:30.
Na unajua watu wa Western wanaweza chapa sherehe.
Party wewe. Kuku zimechinjwa mpaka mama na kama unajua yake atutachinja saa hii, so let them tell us what time we expect them. We normally have a party. It's like a bash with them before the next day. So mom tells me kuku yake tutachinja saa hii, so mwambie nini. So napatiwa information, mama wananiita, msichana acha tukupatie mawaidha, so you know, kesho asubuhi tutakupikia ugali ya black, tunapikia ugali ya black kama ni brown. Naambiwa hizo vitu zote, you know, it's not registering because bado nawaangalia nikiimagine
suppose
sijaruka shoka but as much as I'm saying suppose, deep inside I'm like, I'm getting married. Hakuna kitu inanionyesha I won't get married. What kept carrying me was, as much as I was saying, God, I know you're speaking, what kept carrying me, God, one thing I know, mi najua utaniembarrass. But I would say that, then I would ask again, but why did you give me that dream? And then God alikuwa amenipatia strength ingine. You know, I was focusing. Kwa nasema, if it happens, ati haifanyiki, mi sioni. But naona tu inafanyika. So I was saying I'll prove people wrong. You know. And this guy is not showing me any that haifanyiki. Sawa. So Friday sasa nimekuja, nimepata watu nini, best couple liko hapo kidogo. Venye mama aliniuliza ndio ni trigger ya wasema wanakuja saa ngapi so that tuchinje hii kuku. So I decided to call because the lady, watoto wao wawili walikuwa wanasimamia wedding na hawajakam na nguo zimekuja. So I called. She was excited, Auntie Leah, oh nini. Nikamwambia, "So where is mom?" Can my mom is here. Akakata simu. Mbona mama amekata simu? What's happening? Ile anajaribu ku call back, now I was called with the husband, brother yake mkubwa.
Hii ni saa ngapi tena? Tukumbushe.
Tunakaribia saa 2 usiku on Friday. Tunakaribia saa 2 usiku. Siko worried. Bash tunafanyaga mpaka saa 6 haya. So the brother nikashika yeye akaniambia, actually just talk to your husband to be because he's here. Museme mnatuambia nini?
Wow.
So he takes the call, he's like, honey, I'm here. Wow. But why didn't you come to the airport to pick me up? Nikamwambia how? I'm the bride to be, na kujaje airport kuchukua. Then si nikacheka, we both laughed. Akaniambia, but there's a problem.
Oi?
Oh, again, I'm not worried, I'm fine. Mi sioni problem. Unanielewa? Nikamwambia, what problem? Ati, I think hapa hatuelewani. What our family kept on telling you, haujafanya. Sasa tutaoanaje kama haujafanya kenye umekuwa unaambiwa all the time? Nikacheka nikamwambia, what are you talking about? Kuruka shoka? Akaniambia exactly that. Nikamwambia, so kuruka shoka will make us not get married. Akaniambia, apparently yes. Nikamwambia, do this, we won't get married because I'm not jumping that shoka.
So wewe ndio ulisema,
yeah, kama ni kuruka shoka then sumesema kama ni bila hiyo atufanye harusi, then basi atufanye harusi.
Wow.
But you know, when I'm saying it again, zioni kama ni kitu serious.
But then mpaka sasa inashindwa, are you normal?
Yeah, because on a serious note, hiyo itatufanya tusifanye harusi, then imagine basi atufanye harusi. Again, when I'm saying it, look at me, I'm thinking, it's no big deal. Well, then now I keep quiet, then I look around, then I realize people are standing next to me and I'm talking to that phone, and they're all looking at me like I'm mad. Then I decide, okay, now let me tell my dad. My sister is like, hawambii father. Wengine wamenivuta hawambii mother. Yes, now I have to announce it. So I decide, let me call my bishop first. Bishop, mi nimedecide, naona tu nikuambie mapema, hakuna harusi. He tell me, we, tuko na nini hapa? Wamesha print marriage certificate wako nazo. We, harusi ni kesho, what's your problem? Nikamwambia, imagine wedding is not happening. So I would hear wife wa bishop akimwambia in the background, akiwa msichana ni ile tu uoge na ingianga watu siku ya nini. Mwambie breathe in, mwambie breathe out. Bishop ananiambia, we are praying about it, don't worry. 5 a.m. utakuwa sawa, saa hii tu ni uoga uko nayo. Anambia, I don't think so. So tukakata simu. So I want to tell my parents. My big sister is like, no, you're not telling them.
How did the parents take it?
My dad was very composed about it. Very composed. My mom couldn't take it.
Wow, I can only imagine.
My mom couldn't take it.
Na unajua harusi sana sana ni the mothers. They're the ones who celebrate. They're the ones
who couldn't take it. She followed me up the stairs. She followed me down the stairs. Enda tu, ukaruke hiyo shoka tafadhali msichana wangu. Harusi imefika. Fanya tu hizo vitu zenye wanasema zote. And I'm like, hey mom, I've decided. I've gone so far and I don't know what it's about. So me too, siruki. And let me tell you the truth. I wasn't going to jump that thing. I don't know what it is. I wasn't going to jump it.
It's against your faith, against everything was working against.
Yes.
Your conscience was constantly, yes. God was talking even through dreams, speaking through other people.
And now, immediately I said that. When I was going down the stairs and my mom was like, I looked at myself. I wore the red top that I saw in the dream, the jeans that I saw in the dream, and the black jacket that I saw in the dream. And then I looked around and I saw the crowd that I saw in the dream.
Wow.
Okay? But still.
Wow.
I'm asking myself, I thought I was praying about this. Why did I refuse to listen? What was blinding me all along was, to me, I was in love. Number 2, the money aspect and the going out of this country was so much into me.
Is this where they say love is blind?
Na ni blind, yani ni blind, haina macho kabisa, it was so blind.
Oh dear.
So comfortably, I come down the stairs, I look around, I'm like, God, this is exactly what I saw. Then a brother of mine, wamepangana hapo nje, wameinsist, hapana, hii juu itatuletea aibu, tunampeleka. Acha tumpeleke akaruke hiyo nani.
Shoka. Hata wataki kujua inamaanisha nini.
So in the midst of them convincing me to go, and I'm almost agreeing to go, my other brother who was so drunk woke up. Akaambia, no. I've never seen this. Wachini huyo mwanaume ajilete na hiyo shoka yake hapa, itarukiwa hapa.
That's where God uses stones.
Not a born again, alikuwa amelewa, amelala na huko. That is how I woke up. But at some point, they had warned me, convinced me. Tulikuwa tunaingia kwa hiyo gari.
Now wako na an element of godliness in them.
Yes.
They are already persuaded, yes. Until God had to use one who looks like
very drunk.
Okay.
So I looked around, I looked at people, and now watu wakaanza kujidistance. Huyu atajinyonga. Huyu atajirusha. Sasa unajua watu wananiongelelea, and I'm thinking I'm okay.
No, but Leah, you are okay. You're sure you are okay?
There was nothing wrong, because what was ringing in my head was, God was telling me, remember the night?
What?
Remember? So I think why I was strong is because I felt like I've been in this thing before. I felt like this is repeating itself. It wasn't new. It wasn't new to me. But again, I felt like I had disobeyed God. Okay? The only thing I was seeing ahead of me was embarrassment. I didn't know how I will deal with the embarrassment. I didn't know. By the way, right now I'm talking about it, okay? Then I was just looking at people and laughing, so they were thinking, amekuwa cheesy.
Kichwa, In fact, the first time I heard your story, someone was telling me, you see the way I was just laughing. We actually thought kichwa ime...
Yes, they knew Madare is the next. Hapo ndo tunaland next. But, as I'm telling you, it was because the grace was sufficient, because I felt like I was in this before. Unaona, like when you get a firstborn child and you
second
labor,
born.
sasa wa second unajuanga what you go through. So I felt like I was there before. But it's because God had prepared me. Now, because now after that drama, si mama mpanda stairs ameteremka na nini, so people are talking. Ma aunties wako zile za, haki tungeongelesha msichana. Muiteni tumwambie, mimi msichana, hizi maneno zinafanyikanga. So everybody is against, kwa nini siendi? You understand? In my heart, I'm like, I'm not going. So I went chini ya mti, hapo nje. And now I started reflecting. So I told myself, you know, now there's a cake.
Wamekuacha wewe ubreathe sasa peke yako.
Sijawachwa.
Bado wanakufuata.
At me like this. Unaona. Hey, what next is she going to do, okay? Wengine wamekimbia kujifungia kwa room kuniombea. Wengine wananisurround wakinini. Every drama was going ahead. In my head, I am bringing this home. I'm telling myself, I've given cards to over 300 people. How will I reach them to tell them there's no wedding? This is what I'm processing. I'm standing.
In less than 10 hours.
Yes. Now there's a cake. Imeshabekiwa. What will I tell this person? There's a deco. Tushalipa watu. Deco, we paid everything. Actually, by Wednesday, we are clearing people. Wednesday, tulikuwa tumelipa. The only person when I think tulikuwa tumebakia tujamaliza pesa yake, I think alikuwa mtu wa food. Lakini every other thing, we had paid everything. So, si mina process. Lakini watu wakiniangalia, so wanaona huyu tu ana cheesy. And I'm smiling. But his smile, ni ile kuhide whatever is.
The emotions rolling there.
Yes. Wow. So I'm with my phone. Kapigia mse wa keki. Unaona hiyo keki? Iko poa? Akaniambia, ni smart yana hata ukiona. Manze hii keki sijui nikupigia picha nini, nikaambia, hiyo cake utaileta home kesho asubuhi. Sasa huyo sasa ana register, anaambia watu bride, ananipigia na ananiambia akiwa bride amechizi.
Na unaisikia akisema?
Mimi sasa vile, lakini Surya anaisema jokingly, and then because he was a friend of my brother, anaona tu udem, hii ni wedding inamsumbua, yani udem tu kuna kitu iko sawa. Simu kapigiwa wase wa tent. Kumbe wase wa tent wali decide kwenda kuzipin. I think they have to pin the night before,
of course,
right?
yeah.
So wanazipin. Mimi niko zile za ati mnadu tuanisheni hizo tent. Nikanyang'anywa simu.
Hata mimi ningekunyang'anya.
No, isano, hata tusichukue simu. So people were calling. My husband here was part of the people who were calling kujua, yukwaje?
So alipata hizo news?
Yes.
Later. In fact, hata mimi I called her phone because after the wedding kulikuwa na after wedding party. So mwanda kuja iko wapi? So kupiga, she's not the one who picked. It's the sister who picked. Dara niambia, by the way,
hakuna harusi.
Kuna wenye
ngoja
they had to come that night to confirm.
Kwa sababu it doesn't sound real.
Na mwenye tunasemewa yuko ndio huyu. Wana point ndio huyu. By the people are pointing me. Unaona tu venye mnaweza point kwa simu. That's how people are pointing at me. Look at her. You know, and at that time nyinyi mna point when me I'm processing. Hii kitu ni real. Na nikapanda juu na tatu. Nimechukua simu yangu. So let me go and try to sleep.
How?
Nimepanda kwa bedroom. Na kila watu wakuja kunichungulia.
Yeah, because they are thinking you can do anything. Yes. Unaweza hata chukua kamba hapo kwa bedroom ufanye kitu funny. Oh God.
Real, who will not do that? Umesikia nimeinvite watu wangapi?
300 minus these ones that are here.
When you invite 300, you've invited times 2.
Yes, exactly.
Budget ya food kwa tumecheza hapo 600.
Hey, Father
so
Lord.
The whole world knows. The whole world inajua kesho ni harusi. Around 4:30. But then nilienda na nikajekelea chini. 4:30 a.m. inakaribia 5. Simu. This guy is calling me, the ex. Ananiambia hapana. Nimekama all the way. Tunafanya wedding. Wewe fanya hivi. Tuweke hawa watu wengine wote kando. Me and you. wacha tuongee because bado ni mapema. Tukimit saa hizi 5 am nini tuko tumesettle vitu, wedding inaanza 10. Unajua the whole night saa ile nililala, kila kitu niliprocess na nikakubali na nikajua I'm single again and done. Nimerudi soko. So me ananiambia, naambia best maid alikuwa ameka, by the way maid don't the best maid slept juu nilimuona tu ananiangalia. So I give her the phone, nikamwambia by the way this guy is calling, na anasema twende tukapatana, nikaniambia we are going. She was driving. We are going. Nikamwambia I'm going nowhere. Anaambia the guy, si basi ukuje huku. The guy is like, we hapo siwezi siwezi kanyaga. Ananiambia tuende. This guy says ata anakam, atakuja na hii place ulikuwa unaishi, that's where he's going to come, let's just go. Kamwambia no. Till today I can never explain what was keeping me, holding me from going. Okay, so I thank God because I didn't go, because I don't know what could have become of me. And when I made that decision, I kept saying, God, if what you were telling me that night was this, na nimeiona, what else am I looking for?
Acha nikunywe maji kidogo.
So, 5 am imeisha. Nimekataa kuenda. 6 asubuhi imefika. Unajua nini inafanyika? We had paid some people. Inaitwa
Isukuti.
Isikuti walianzia
It's good
walianzia kwa stage. Wewe wamekuja na walianzia kwa stage, wamelipo, wamedance, wamekuja na crowd na dance na kama kwani who knows there is no wedding, kwani tuliannounce kwa TV. Wamekuja wamefuatana, watu wanafuata, here there's a wedding, here there's a wedding. Shock on me. Hata tulikuwa to best to flower na nini tumevaa nguo. Wako huko nje. And the security came, and the security was doing their thing until they got to the gate. And by the way, it's no wedding. Huh? The security guy. Nitieni msichana, nitieni tu msichana, nitieni yuko wapi? Mmempeleka wapi? Ameenda hospitali. Unajua nao.
For sure, you're a mental case.
A patient.
Yes.
A patient you're dealing with. So I'm called. And I'm confirming to him. Na nimevaa jeans. Vinye nilienda nikalala ndivyo niko. Nimevaa tu hivyo niambia, akiutavaa gown na mwambia ya nini? Akiwacha basi nikaconfirm na ile family. He was a friend to them. He was actually from that side. Akiwacha nikaconfirm. Haki maneno haifanyiki. Nikamwambia imagine it is a true story. Now, the truth is, everyone was looking at me, yes, like a mental case. Deep inside me, I'm still processing. What people didn't know is I'm processing. It is not happening. It will never happen. I don't know what to say. Okay? My best mate is like, me, I'm going. Me, I'm calling this guy. Me, chabasi me nikapatana naye peke yangu. Kama wewe ukuji. You know, she's thinking, I have to fix this. I'm the best couple. Everybody is looking at me. Anatoka nje watu wanaanza umefanyaje? Umepangaje? Si watu waniulizi sasa. Kunaendaje? You know, what next? Nini? My dad amekaa chini anakunywa chai. Mama yuko hapo. Mama was crying.
Oh dear.
Okay? Wengine wananichekelea kwa jikoni. Wewe ulikuwa unaacha hapa kina Kamau na kina Karanja unatuonesha unaenda majuu. Ungekaa tu na kina Kamau na Karanja. You know, others are making fun out of it. And all along when I'm looking at all these people, I'm thinking, I didn't know that I was making a mistake. I didn't know that it would be a mistake. The courtship didn't have a problem. The only red flag was kuambiwa nifanya. I never had an issue thinking that the guy was cheating on me or doing something fishy. He never brought a picture of not wanting to help me in any way. Funny enough, as I've told you, when it came to money, as much as the committee was giving, alikuwa zile za committee peane tu tuweke kwa bank, but just tell me how much, what and what is.
It is just how much.
So there was no issue to say me ati pesa ilikuwa wapi na wapi. Again, I didn't see a problem. Yuko majuu, sisi tunaona kama yuko majuu, si do iko tu. So people would ask me, anafanya job gani? Sijui, sintajua tu, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, that was another red flag. That was another red flag.
Exactly. What if anafanya job ya drugs? Mbona afanya job ya drugs? Si ameokoka. You understand? Yes, I was a little bit naive. I would say that. But as much as I was naive, I was okay with everything else around me and with him, because I used to give the excuse of unajua in distance, unajua yuko mbali,
long distance relationship.
Na anyway, jua amekuwa anakuja, si tuko tu sawa, dawari ya kukataa kulipa, nini hajakataa kufanya, nini ingine anaitishwa, nini ingine anaambiwa. I remember even when we were asked about test ya HIV, he was so adamant about it, but he said it's okay. Let me just do it. Unajua ilikuwa before you get married you have to do those tests. So he wasn't this person who will aggressively refuse anything. He would just agree on so many things. Even when I said it's my bishop who will join us together, he didn't insist on no, you know, kuna saidia. He said it's fine, we'll go your way. So to me, I was like, this is a good relationship, and I am just in the right track. I didn't, as much as there was all those things that God was giving me warnings and signs, which are always there. As much as there was all those things, I kept thinking that easy to do, you know, easy to do. I knew that the wedding will happen and everything will be fine.
But again, we insist God is talking all the time and was talking all the time.
Do you know God has never spoken to me so clearly like he talked to me then? It was so, everything was so clear. Details.
Mpaka anatumia your brother who was drunk.
Mpaka now it's hitting me. Kwanza na bedhi ulisema tuxedo ilikuwa color black.
Now, he was in the bridal party. You are now happy was in the bridal party.
No, he wasn't.
You are not.
Damu include aje na yeye ni part of wale watu wakuniambia.
Oh, wale walikuwa wanakuambia enda pole pole.
Sitaki stories za watu wakuniambia niende pole pole. Pastor mwingine ametumana niambie, but he was my youth pastor, ametumana niambie, slow down with that wedding, kuna kitu iko sawa, na nimeambia naenda yaambie wacha ni mind business yake.
Do you know that's what people literally do when you start warning them? They shut you off completely.
Yes.
Shut you. So everybody becomes your enemy. You only want those people who will be celebrating you when you're going down.
Yes. And you know, many of the friends who were hanging around me, one, they were benefiting. Wengine walikuwa zile za, you know, if you go, we will
Hata si
come.
tutakam.
You know, utatumikia hiyo way.
Ay.
It was all about that. Now, as much as there was those red flags, as much as God was speaking and everything, I think I had clicked that button of ignore, because to me, if things were not working, mbona kila kitu iko in place?
Haya, ngoja kidogo sasa. Isukuti wameenda in shock. Mtu wa kamera na video alikuwa amekam ama huyu alikuwa aware?
Watu wa kamera na video apparently walikuwa wa side ya kwetu, so walikuwa wameanzia usiku.
Oh.
So unajua hata ile point ya wewe kwanza walikuwa hapo, walikuwa wajua wapige baba, wajua wapige mama, wajua watashoot movie gani, this is a Nigerian movie now.
Yes.
They don't know which movie to shoot. The music that was playing, hata ule DJ alikuwa kwa music. You know, everything just turned to be something else. But again, the main character here, who is supposed to be thinking, kaya angekuwa hata na pepeto, sasa angekuwa nafanya nini? The main character is so strong to an extent, it's disturbing. It's really disturbing. Hawajui wafanye na mimi nini. So that morning, venye hiyo confusion iko isikutu wamekuja wamestopishwa nini, other people are coming. So the people who were to come home, so unajua kuna wale kujanga kuchukua msichana, wamekam by the way. Wengine wanakamkaa wanaimba wanaambiwa shwe akuimbu. Then I'm there nikitembea hivi nimefuatwa na watu watatu, nikienda hivi, it's like people didn't want me to be alone.
Yeah, because you can do anything.
So I'm there nikiitisha maji nimeletewa na watu watatu, as in niko attention. Attention is so everywhere. Then Bishop comes in with some pastors. Comes and
In the morning.
Yes, in the morning comes and says, I need to talk to you. So they first ask where I am. Nikaitwa nikawasalimia. You okay? Tell Bishop I'm fine. Don't I look fine?
Hey.
Hey, no, uko fine. Uko fine. Wakaona wewe hata tutakuongelesha. Let's deal with your parents. Let's deal with it. So they talk to my parents. They counsel them, you know. My dad, everybody was scared for my dad kwa sababu dad ndo wa pressure, Hata sijui kama ilipanda ikashuka kama ilienda wapi. I didn't know. But many people are now concentrating with them because it looked like how ndo walikuwa imewa-affect sana. My brothers and sisters consider that nasi umetuonesha movie. me sasa naambia, you know now, yeah, movie isha happen. There's no way to reverse movie, isha happen.
So let me ask you, this guy never made a call to try and hit a compromise. Iliisha hivyo?
So see, after he called that time, sasa simu mimi sina. Sasa simu imechukuliwa. So sinakaa bila simu sasa, simu inakontroliwa sasa nimekaa. I think I stayed for 2 days without my phone. And then my cousin, there's a cousin of mine who used to live in Dar es Salaam, akamwambia siwachi, aniwachi huko. It was like, hey, this chip will be broken here, so me, I'm just going with her. Nikamwambia, I don't know why you guys are worried for me. Imagine I'm fine.
Ngoja. So gao niko hapa, kila keki ililetwa.
Keki ililetwa.
Mukakula.
Tulishangilia keki hapo. Food, madam wa food.
Kilea, why you okay?
Naambia sistangu, hiyo simu juu umekatalia, ambia madam wa food. Pia
Alete food.
Alete pilau tuisherekea hapa hapa. Si wageni ndio hawa. Msiende wageni, si mko mmeka wedding. Aki wengine walikuja mpaka na gifts. Yeah? Some came with the gifts because again, now somebody had to go there but later. To tell the people who are already gathering there, wase, and then home. And then to home, na hizo gift, mnaweza mpeleke huko home.
I'm trying to confirm that I'm okay.
Yeah, that was it. They came with gifts. So the pilau lady came, the cake was cut there, the cream nini, watu tu walikuwa wanacheza tu hizo mavitu hapo. Zile mavitu zote zilikuwa za wedding, masoda, maji, everything was brought.
Sawa sawa. Wacheni tukunywe maji. Alafu tutarudi kidogo. So we left it at the place Lea. Watu washakubali, harusi hakuna. Watu wa Isikut wamekuja, wameona it's not going to happen. Keki umekula, pilau umekula. So wacha tuanze kusonga mbele sasa na life. Umeresume your normal kind of schedule now of operation. Hata wewe imekuhit, life has to go on. But you are emotionally stable, right? And you had the right support system around you.
Definitely.
Which is important to note because I think with the way things are turning out these days, people are not really getting the right support system around them. And so that's why we are getting the sad incidences we hear. Umeachwa na wezi achika, so drama happens. Drama happens, and that's why we had to bring you on set today. So pick up your life now before we bring in Jose.
Okay. So I've gone to Dar es Salaam. I'm back. I insisted to come back in 1 month's time. Dar es Salaam, obviously things happened. I met people. My cousin was like, go with this one. I met a Malawi guy. I met, and I just decided to come back. So I'm back. I'm working with my brother and people are pointing, Nule, let's story, Nule. And my bro is like, hey, natembea na champez, angali natembea na celeb, we're making fun out of it. And still people are talking about it. I'm taking this matatu, I'm going to town and people behind are telling each other story. Aki ulisikia story. Acha niwaambie. And they normally don't say it the way it is.
Yeah.
Aki kuna mdem. Imagine by the way Charlie alikam, waka march down the aisle and then Charlie akasimama sele wanafuata sema I do. The guy was like I don't. Hey,
distorted story.
I'm thinking, who are they talking about? Akina John, the baby anaishi pale na pale na inua mkono. You're talking about me. See evil. I can tell you the story.
Are you for real?
What womatri wanashinda mdem, And I think that is when I started. It's like it was hitting me and I was processing it more because this is one story that to me I never thought it was a very big thing until now when people started talking about it. Yeah.
Wow.
And I would hear people like advise, hey, akimi ningekuwa mdem, imagine ningefanya hivi. Akimi imagine by then ningekuwa madhao mdem, imagine ningemforce. Those things. Yeah, I would hear a lot of those. And by God's grace, I wouldn't say, I think you've put it so nice that the support system, the people who are around me really mattered. Nobody in my family showed me like I was unajua ile mtu akuonesha wewe yenyewe umetuaibisha tu yani ama you're outcast or something like that. Nobody in my family showed
They
me
embraced
that.
you.
They really embraced me. They showed me a lot of love. The friends who were around me took me to movies. Everybody tried to, like get me out of that situation. So I really had a good support system.
So Jose, at what point did Jose come into the picture now?
So this happened after that because you see we were to get married in October, right? So October imeisha, December, nilitoka kwa December in Dar es Salaam, so I came here. So I go to church and I meet him. He's with a girlfriend. And we meet and I'm like, oh, hi, yeah. Right. December imeisha. So we start talking. Oh, ulirudi so uko wapi? Hata nilijaribu kureach out. So he tells me how he tried to reach out, he couldn't get me. I said, well, you see, if you're out of the country like that, if you don't have credit, mtu hawezi kupata. So we chat kidogo, then he goes. Then he asks me where I'm working, so he starts visiting anakuja workplace.
Wait, Jose na ulikuwa na girlfriend?
No, I'm a girlfriend.
The thing is, Sweetie is not telling you this. I knew Sweetie before. Yeah. We were friends. Before that day, in fact, before we got married, we were friends for almost 8 years. So it's someone I knew very well. We worked closely. She was my chairlady in a certain group ya youth in church. So ni mtu nilikuwa namjua, ndio kwa maana ningeget courage ya kumuuliza huyo mtu mwenye unasema unatuambilia ni mtu tunamjua.
By the way,
no.
Actually there's a phone.
No. let me say something. When I first saw Sweetie in Deliverance Church, Umoja, I can't forget how she was wearing. She used to like wearing, culottes. It was era culottes, so she used to have this culotte, black and stripes white, and she used to love a black top. So the first time I saw, I just admired her smile, her personality was just welcoming, and I desired to be a friend to her. So one this time nilikuwa na my auntie in Umoja, so nilikuwa natoka home going to my mom in Kangundo. So we used to pitia hapo Caltex, kulikuwa na kichochoro na pitia police station, you come to Mesora. I see my cousin with her, and I was saying, wow. She introduced me to her. From that day we became friends, good friends. We could talk. At that time I used to sell clothes in Sunbeam, the Mabati Sunbeam. I used to take her to her clothes. In fact, her first trouser, skirt suit, I took to her. She was a good customer to me. So I used to know her, but not any strings attached. But I used to have a friend of mine. Every time she used to swim city, and ananiambia, wait, see, you can't hear this girl. Naambia no. Ananiambia no. This girl is perfect for you. Naambia hapana. Because that kuna ile respect nilikuwa nampea as my big, I used to see her as my big sister. So when I used to ask her, Bono umepotea, hata nikimuuliza before the girl, that's a story for another day. Nikimuuliza mbele ya the supposed girlfriend, I was asking her out of that the sisterly love that we used to have. So hata nikienda kumtembelea ni no strings attached. Na nilikuwa nataka kumjulia hali we ni nini ili happen, Unfortunately enough, by the time tunakutana naye, we started dating that lady. Tukutana naye a month down the line, that relationship ended. I used to go to her because in that month tumedate na msichana, the first month it was just chaos. Wow. So I used to call her namuuliza, nyinyi ladies, how do you handle things? I used to look for advice from her on how to handle my lady.
Wow.
And she could give angenipatia bila strings attached.
Hakuna kitu ulikuwa
Well, interestingly, I remember when amesema we were friends. Hata phone nilinunuliwa na ule ex ya kwanza, I didn't know how to operate it. Msiti alikuwa ananionyesha, and we are just friends. So tulikuwa this close, we would tell each other anything. I'm dating this person, I'm dating this one, nini. So I remember the advice I gave him was like, fanya hivi. Kuna two places Naivasha. See, I had worked with the two of them. Kuna two places mnaweza enda, mnachoka get away. And then ina umdem ka get away ndio mu open up. Sincerely, from my heart, I was like, this is a friend of mine who's hurting. Akiwacha tu nimsaidie. Now, penye tu tumefika acha tu nimsaidie, aende asaidike na udem. So, in this point that tunatafuta place yenye wataenda Naivasha, tunatafuta. So every time ananipitia jioni hapo job kujua ulipata sasa hizo ndio story. So we are trying to work out him and her girlfriend, but we are becoming friends, like we're coming closer. And he's asking akosi kuuliza by the way story liendaje, just he didn't know. So now I'll narrate, and he's also telling me but then hata udem tuko na hivi na hivi, so tuko na kakitu tunapiga story, kuna kakitu in common, yeah. So friendship in the next level. Yeah. Ananijali na ninamjali.
But my question is, how kumjengeanga ukuta out of the fear of what you went through?
I did. I did. Actually, you see now, to me, why am I becoming his friend? I'm thinking I'm helping him asicrash waende poa hii relationship. So me, I'm thinking he's just a friend. Now, when he tried asking, by the way, what about me and you, can it work? I told him,
underground.
no. I told him no. And I remember when it came to a point that, hey, by the way, tunakani kama hii kitu tunataka work out, I asked him point blank, how ausikia aibu, you'll work with somebody, people will ask you, una wedding ilikansoliwanga. Are you? I asked her.
Yeah. Break down akaanza kulia. Becomes, why are you crying? Akaniambia, don't you think hauniaibiki? Nikaanza kuaibikia kwa nini? Somebody who has been left kwa nani mwenye harusi ili fail na relationship yangu yani mine did not work. Don't you feel? Nikaambia, to me I don't see that, because to me, in fact if there's somebody I was so free with, it is her.
So goja, so hii kitu ilianza kukua serious after how long after kuachwa kwa hiyo mata?
So we went to, this is what happened. We went for, there is something that had been planned, the Valentine's dinner. Interestingly, I met my ex on a Valentine's dinner. Na ikaisha hivyo. Then this is a Valentine's dinner. Tumeenda, hii period, see, December tumemeet, tumesalimiana. Then he's trying to work out his thing January, February, dinner ya Valentine. Relax. Relax. Yeah, no, see, we are friends. See, mi nilisha heal kitambo. So Valentine's ana walk in na mdemu wake. Mi Valentine's tumeenda kujibamba na mademu, because Valentine ilisema kila mtu come, the singles, the dating, just come. So we walk in with my friend. And enyewe Gloria, God na Grace ilikuwa enough. My friend, I was looking good, I was looking hot, I was the talk. Yes, others were like, akindi ule mwenye aliacho, but others were, yani nasiana kapoa. Hata ni vizuri aliacha. And he saw me, he came to the desk, the table where we were seated with my friend. So me, I'm chatting, but we are chatting, si amekam na mdemu wake. So we are just chatting nini. So hapo ndio sasa tulianza hiyo story. As tunaendelea ni Valence, bado tunapangelea story anafaa aende na mdemu wake. So ashajua pale nafanya job, na mimi najua anakujanga majioni akipitia tao, tukiongea hii story. So our main story is ni hiyo story ya mdemu wake, na pia story ya how am I healing. Unaona? So yes, we are talking about this. When things didn't work, because after some time, tulipoteleana kidogo. I gave him a book to read, then tukapoteleana kidogo. Then around, just before September, around August, September, is when now he came, akisema anaona ile nini haiwork.
Actually, haikuenda sana, because after your dinner, in fact, tulienda your dinner tukiwa wawili, but kitoko kila mtu akienda nje yake. Because
I think aliniangalia sana.
She felt threatened. Yeah. I kept on asking her, by the way, this is my friend. She's
but unaweza kuwa unarusha macho.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let me say, I'll be honest. To me, Msuti was a very good person. She's one person I know who had a clean heart. When she decides to help you, ange help without strings attached. In fact, kitu ilinivutia kwake, it is her personality. She's not somebody, by them Msuti, she's not mediocre. Ye ukimudhi atakwambia peupe, and once amekwambia imetoka. So after your dinner, tuliacha communicate for a while, because nimwambia nao hii nani imeisha, so mimi I don't think of continue planning you get away, because I was dumped via SMS. Weekend job. So
round hii wewe ulidampiwa na wewe ukadampiwa.
So rebound and anyway, on a lighter note. But after like about, I think the first time we met we were going to Mary's place. It was Labor Day or Madaraka Day, one of the Mary's her sister. That is the first time we met after Historia dinner. And after hiyo muda tukakuwa tu tunaongea meeting every day, but now there's something that started developing, and we could see it and we could feel it. From that time, personally I was scared, because once you've dated somebody, like if it doesn't work, she becomes an ex. And haezi rudi ile position ya best friend pale ilikuwa. And she used to be a very good friend of mine. I was scared of losing her. So from that time we started going for JCC prayers. God, are we doing the right thing? Us dating, is this thing?
I think both of you are scared.
Yes, very scared.
Personally, I wasn't scared for me. I kept saying I'm scared for him. Because I kept thinking, I had dealt with this. I mean, to me, embarrassment is like, please, ile ilikuwa embarrassment. I mean, hiyo ilikuwa, yeah, I mean, what other embarrassment is coming ahead? So I was really scared of him, and I kept saying, what if this happened? Uoni hata ukiniintroduce kwa mama yako utamwambia unajua story ile nilikwambianga, because I mean he was my friend, he had told people what had happened. So I was asking, so what will happen to you and not just me? And again, when you tell people that it's me, si kila mtu atakwambia venye other people actually said, so that I'm jinxed.
Your fears were to protect him against the embarrassment.
Exactly.
Close to what you had gone
exactly
through.
And what people kept saying that I'm jinxed. Ati huyu hata akijaribu asioni kama kuna harusi itafanyika. So namwambia we sasa ni wewe unajua wewe utakuwa huko, at least wewe alienda majuu, sasa wewe utakuwa around.
But Jose ulijikaza kimwanaume.
To me I didn't see it as a big deal.
Wow.
Kwa sababu when we decided to seek God about the whole thing, and we were sure that God is in this thing, I got the courage. Because nilikuwa nikimwangalia naona a woman who knew what she wanted and who was ready to settle, you know. And her personality, again, could make you feel relaxed, you know. And furthermore, ni vile tu position, we are the ones getting married.
Yeah.
Nyinyi si hamtakuwa part of this relationship. So if me na yetu to work things out with God inside it, with the will of God on our side, then I knew that it was.
So by the time mpeleke kwa wazazi wenu, did they know that story of hers?
I had mentioned to my mom.
And she was okay.
Asikumpeleka nikamwambia ndo huyu. I told my mom, they were a friend of mine. Oh, this and this happened. Actually, I told mom the same day it happened. Because they knew I was to go for a wedding.
So ukimpeleka home wako anajua ni huyu.
Sasa later ndo niliambia mom, by the mom.
After washakusikiana.
And the first time mom alimuona, mom just loved her. In fact, mama yangu calls her more than I call her. She calls me.
You're a wise man, because ungekusheka kwa akili ya mama yako na kuletea msichana ali drop on her wedding day, angekuwa na
jinx to them.
Wisdom ya Holy Spirit.
My son, you're next.
Exactly.
Unaleta
yeah.
You're next. Wow, that was great wisdom.
Yeah.
So let me ask, you've been married now 12 years.
More than 12 years.
More than?
Yes.
15.
No, 14 now. 14, yeah, we're 14 now.
By the way.
Yeah, 14.
Because even if we asked you how old your children are, you
My firstborn is.
You see, we understand, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Details kidogo upotea, you're perfect, you're normal. So going to 14 years, right? What has kept you? We know you have this wedding and all that happened, and people accepted you, and I mean, you have kept the fire burning. Besides what happened, you're an encouragement to many, and that's why we're insisting, Leah, you need to speak to as many girls as possible, that life does not end when you're dropped. Let me use the word dropped.
Yeah.
Or when the relationship breaks, because we are in a time and a season where a girl cannot really withstand
and process
being told. And then we've also had, and even watched on mainstream media, a guy, the girl goes like, no, I don't want to be in this relationship. He picks an axe, decides to finish the girl and say, you can't continue living if you're not living with me. So for us to share these stories, to encourage that there's life, and God will give you your perfect. I like the way your mother was able to even embrace this girl the first day, alimuona. All those were indicators. But then when you're processing this relationship with Joseph here, I'm sure your heart was more at peace. Because God
I
was
knew
confirming things now are okay here, you're more settled here than you were before, right?
Yeah. Actually, what he says is that when we decided, okay, well, he mentioned a lot of times, as he said, I was blocking him. Then this time we said, the best we can do is pray about this. And I remember in our courtship, imagine a courtship, we purposed to take every Friday as a prayer day. And so we would meet, we would fast. Oh, na fast, mi na fast. Then we would meet in town, a joint tunakula chipo, tumefungua 6, then we go for prayers. Hata watu wakatujua, JCC, we used to have young people pray over there, so we used to pray every Friday. Yes, and we prayed. What the basis of our prayer was, if this is wrong, God, I mean, isiendelee. And God, if this is right, wewe tushikilie. Because I kept telling him, for what? Why should I be in something else that I know, again, itaisha tu. You understand? And I asked him, again, kwa nini uingie pahali penye utakuwa so sure this will not work? So I was comfortable because I kept saying, one, this one I know. Nilikuwa naambia God, this one I know. Why? I've seen us go to church together. At least I know the cousin. At least najua pali pa kumtresa hapa na pale. Nikiangalia culture, sijaona kama kuna hizo mavitu zenye zitani shock. So I was like, oh God, this one I know. But again, as we kept praying, zile ma triggers ama ma red flags zingetokea, there was nothing like that. The same way I was being embraced at their place as people were seeing me, the same way he was being embraced at our place. Because I remember we traveled home when we had not really decided. Then we had said, anaenda akitembelea baba yake and me I'm going home. But then tukasema tutazindikishana. He just comes home, not as anything, no strings attached yet. We are praying about what we are thinking we want to start. Then we come home, then my dad sees him, then my dad says, oh, when is the wedding? Kambia, father,
Umeenda mbio?
we, hakuna story ka hiyo. My dad looked at me, tells me, go and sit with your mom, wacha niongee na kijana hapa kidogo. Nikamwambia hapana, alikuwa tu ananifikisha ni kuenda anaendanga. No, he said, let him sit here. So it's like people are embracing, it's like people are accepting us from both sides. There was no ile kuniniwa. So we actually, I saw God answering these prayers. It's been God's grace.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
14 years down the road, what has kept you going?
Yes, so as we are saying, what has kept us going is the foundation. Remember, when I look at the other foundation of the ex, the foundation was really based on, well, we love each other, well, there's money, well, you know, as in so many things were like holding us. I mean, ni mapenzi too, but there was a lot that I didn't keep focusing on. But now this one, our foundation was based on, if God is not in this thing, then we don't need to keep it, because we'll just be forcing the two of us together. And as much as we tell so many people that we've really prayed about this, and we really prayed then about this, people keep asking, no, tell us there's something more. But I'll say it's prayers, and insisting on the foundation being based on seeking God, is this the right thing? Till today, we still ask God, did we do the right thing? On the 14th of Valentine's, because we got married on Valentine's Day, by the way. Yeah, we got married on Valentine's Day.
This far the Lord has been faithful.
Amen,
Wow.
amen.
Joseph, as we close the curtains on this one, what would you tell a young couple that is looking to get into marriage? What would be your word of wisdom to a young man?
First, I'll say God is the key, is the best foundation to start. Because it's not something that tunaanza leo na si hoteli unaenda kule na utoke. It's a lifetime decision. Yes. This is a lifetime decision you're making. And you need to make it when you're very sober. You need to know the kind of person you're getting married to, their culture, because now I remember somebody told us that after when you're dating, when you talk about the sweet nothings, take time and talk about the sweet somethings.
Yes, the realities.
Get to know how many kids do you guys want. What is your hizo vitu ndogo ndogo zenye si neglect, because many a time tukishaenda peleka na Java tushamaliza, ukiangalia ndani ya macho yake usikengunyerere, you don't talk things that are serious.
Yes.
I'll tell them that make sure that you talk about very serious matters. Talk about finances. If there's something that we discussed when we were courting with my wife, is finances. In fact, Kama kuna kitu yenye hatufichanangi kwa relationship yetu ni finances. And that is what breaks a lot of marriages, because people hide their finances. After that, ana aspire kukua nini, you know. So I'll say the first thing is make God the center of your relationship. 2, talk about life issues. Si mapenzi peke yake. Hata zingine talk about football. Talk about politics. What does she think about politics? What do you think about politics? Because vitu ndogo ndogo kaizo ndio letanga pia issue kwa familia. Yes.
Wow, Lea, to a young girl who's probably gone through what you went through, what would you tell them?
First, I will tell this young girl that we are wonderfully and fearfully made. It doesn't matter what someone tells you. Even if someone had told you that they loved you, then one day they wake up and tell you that they don't feel you anymore, you're nowhere. Just realize that this life is a gift from God. If you take away the life, if you killed yourself today, ulikuwa unasikia vibaya juu amekwambia hakutaki, sasa umemgia nafasi ya kuenda. As in, what are you going to gain? And if you end your life because of someone, whatever you're going, because we know there is heaven and there is hell, unaenda wapi? If I had, like people are saying, if people are saying that, wewe atapanda juu nyumba, wewe atajinyonga nini, if I did that, today I have wonderful children. I have an amazing husband. He's this type of, atapika ugali nipike skuma, you know. This relationship could never have been there. These sweet children could never have been there. This story haingepigwa because ningejimalizia tu hivyo. So I would tell this young lady, there's always a second chance. I always believe that God will give you the second opportunity. Every time you think that this is the end, I loved this guy, oh nilimpatia kila kitu, oh I trusted this person nini, and now he's dumped me. He's gone for my friend, or he's gone for someone. Just always realize that you're still wonderfully and fearfully made.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. We truly hope that you have learned something from the Okwiri's story that has inspired you as a young lady, as a young man, that really life can still go on even after that which you longed for, or that relationship that you've been holding to so tightly, thinking that ndio itakupeleka na itakuvukisha. And remember, marriage is the eye-opener when they say love is blind. So if you're simply walking with love is blind and ending it there, we want to add this. Yes, love is blind, but marriage will be the eye-opener. And as Joseph has said, dig deep, dig down, know this person very well, where they come from, get to know their interest, and as much as possible, collect as much data, let me put it quote unquote, and that is what dating is all about, about this person. Then go and evaluate and ask yourself, am I ready for this relationship? So now as we close, Jose, angalia huyu mrembo kwa macho. Ambia yeye maneno matamu.
First, I want to say thank to God for giving me just a wonderful lady, a wonderful mother to my children, the best gift that God can give, could have thought of giving me, and I don't regret marrying you.
Amen.
Yep.
Wow.
Lea kazi kwako, songa mistari.
An opportunity, right? I want to say thank you. Thank you so much that 14 years ago, I asked you if you're ready and willing to take me as I am, and you said yes. And I thank you that you didn't turn off your phone or just decide to run away on the wedding day, but you got married to me. You're the best thing that ever happened.
Amen.
Thank you.
May God continue to bless your union.
Amen.
And may you continue to speak life into many that are seemingly looking at life like inaisha, juu nimeachwa. Because you have something that you can offer.
Amen.
There's something that you can speak to this generation that is seemingly looking at life differently. Otherwise, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and keep following us because we have more stories in this particular series we are running of love, keep, and honor. God bless you.